This is Jake, 26 years old, stuck in a small Texas town, drowning in a life he never chose. That bike? It's not just metal, it's a promise. A promise he made to his little brother, Tommy, 6 years ago. A promise he's carried like a weight on his chest ever since. See, Jake wasn't always this lost. Once he had dreams, big ones. But life? It doesn't care about your plans. Tommy was 10 when the doctors said leukemia. Jake was 20, working nights at a gas station to help Mom pay the bills. They'd sit on that creaky porch, Tommy dreaming out loud. One day, Jake, we'll ride across America, you and me, on that bike. Jake grinned, promised he'd fix it up. But promises? They're easy to make when hope's alive. 2 years later, Tommy was gone. Jake buried his brother and that bike in the garage. He quit dreaming that day, quit everything. Took a factory job, 12-hour shifts, just to numb the pain. Friends said, "Move on, man." Move on? How do you move on when every beat of your heart feels like a lie? Days turned to months, months to years. The bike rusted. Jake rusted too. Anger, guilt, whiskey nights blurring into gray mornings. He'd pass that garage, feel Tommy's voice like a ghost. "You promised, Jake." One night he snapped, kicked the bike, screamed at the walls. Why'd he promise something he couldn't keep? Ever feel that? A promise you made to someone, to yourself, that's crushing you because you can't let it go? Jake did. But here's the thing. He didn't trash that bike. He fell to his knees, sobbing, hands on the cold frame. And something shifted. A spark. Not hope, not yet, but a question. What if I tried? Ever ask yourself that? What if you stopped running from the weight and carried it instead? Jake didn't know where to start, but he started anyway. Nights after shifts, he'd drag himself to that garage, sanded the rust till his hands bled, fixed the chain piece by piece, painted it fire red, Tommy's favorite. Neighbors peeked in, confused. That Junker? Really? He didn't care. This wasn't about them. It was about a promise. One dawn he rolled it out, shaky, imperfect, but alive. He hopped on, pedaled down that dusty road, whined in his face, felt Tommy there, laughing. Then he kept going. Past the town, past the pain. Miles turned to counties, counties to states. People noticed. Small town papers, then bigger ones. Man Bikes America for lost brother. That weight, it didn't vanish, it fueled him. 4 months, 3,000 miles. Jake rode coast to coast. Raised 50 grand for leukemia research along the way. But it wasn't about the miles or the money. It was about carrying that promise, Tommy's dream, until it carried him. Here's the truth. The weight you carry can lift you up. Jake found that out. Not by running, not by forgetting, but by moving through the dark with it. That's strength, not the absence of pain, but what you build with it. The weight you carry can lift you up. So, America, what's your weight? What promise are you holding that feels too heavy? And what could it lift you to if you carried it anyway? Subscribe for more stories that ignite your echo.